Good morning, welcome to the morning review. This is Kim Watson speaking for Easy Trader. Okay, looking at the euro dollar first, and finally yesterday we managed to break out through those lows, taking out the stops that had been sitting there. Now, if it just had been a flush move, we'd have probably just seen it spike through there and then the buy to cover to follow through. The fact that it's stayed down there pretty low gives me the idea that there is possibly some further downside, maybe to the previous month's lows. However, short term, we may get a bit of a bounce, may come back and test these prior lows here around about 1283. When I look at the that's what we've got. I've got a target there of about 1254, so at least it may get hit. So 1283 may be on somewhere like in that region. Maybe even back up to the 50 if it gets any momentum behind it. It'll be interesting to watch it this morning. But for now, as I say, if it can break to the upside there, certainly heading towards that 1253 area, we can push on a little bit further, maybe to the midi or the 50. Okay, but bigger picture still to me looks bearish, as there's no real change in that respect. Cable. Just waiting for it to load. There we go. The cable yesterday, bearish engulfing candle, which would suggest further downside here. It looks so close. It's moving towards that daily 100, but just never made it. Now again, well, fractionally it's possible a little bit further than we may go. I'm just looking at the moving averages here. We've run into the 4 hourly 8, and it seems to have stalled it a little bit. It's just within a whisker of its daily pivot there. If it does push on beyond this point here, maybe looking towards the hourly 50 for some further upside. How it sold off quite so much, I remained relatively bullish on the pound, and it's difficult not to be so in a sense until it starts rolling through. We've got obviously to look at this trend line that's sort of sitting on this chart as a sort of a near-term sort of baseline here, which we're pretty close to, which we've seen a bit of a bounce off of, but that sort of level now, a break of that may just see it just sort of rolling over and a correction from this move up. But generally we've been seeing higher highs, higher lows, and there is possibility we could still push on some more yet, but it really depends on how all these currencies move today. Okay, looking at dollar yen, well, same old, still in chop range, and I've got you're better on the buy side still, I believe. But if we see the euro and the pound shoving up, maybe we see the dollar yen selling off a little bit. Got no intraday targets as such for that, because it's just sort of in the same sort of range. Looking then finally at the Aussie dollar, and looking at the bigger picture first. Now this has been remaining relatively weak. It's very but biased towards the Asian sector growth. We bearish engulfing again there yesterday. So again, we've got bearish engulfing candles. Found a bit of support this morning on the lower bands there. The 21 moving average, again 100 moving average, somewhere around that region, has got some potential further upside towards the 78.32 area, and beyond that, well, maybe the 50 MA. So all these currencies may just see a bit more of a correction. We'll be shocked if they didn't, and it may be worthwhile with all of them to be looking at the potential sell points below the lows here on each of them. So whichever, sorry, let's bring the 60-minute back again. Whichever one we're looking at, if it fails to get any sort of sustained rallies, as I say, maybe in an hour's time, or the end of this hour rather, we could have a support line across the bottom there and look for sell points on that. Okay, that's it for me. Hope you have a great day. Bye for now. Whoops, just before I forget, I just clicked on, and news-wise today we've got the US prelim GDP. So this is the second reading of GDP. With the US figures, they do vary a little bit more, not like the UK, which was came in just as expected yesterday. This can vary a little bit. They've got a lot more beans to count, those bean counters there. So this could vary, and sometimes we get a little bit more movement if there is any sort of positive aspects or negative aspects on this. So watching out for that at 1:30. Have a great weekend. Bye for now.